right? That is what these calls are exactly for. And so if this is your first time here, congratulations, welcome to the call. If you have been here before, welcome back. And I'm excited to share with you guys, along with my business partner, the different tips, tricks, and things that we've learned along the way to help us, build a full-time income, be able to build a multiple six-figure business a year within this industry. And hopefully you guys can do what took us 2 years to do in a year or 6 months or whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? Is to help other people have success, but hopefully faster than we ever had it. And so, welcome to the call. For those that do not know me, my name is Jay Patnode. I am 28 years old. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I've been in this industry for the last 7 years, since I was like 21, 22. And for me, this was my way of living the life that I wanted to live, achieving all the goals that I wanted to achieve financially, but also from a living standpoint. If this is your first time here, if you just started building the business, or if you have future goals, dreams, and aspirations of having success, I'll tell you, everything that you ever want, it's here, right? This is, people call this like people call this a opportunity, but I call this a solution, right? They call this a business opportunity, but I call it a solution to all of your problems. You don't have enough time to spend with family, friends. This is a solution. You don't have enough money to travel the world or pay what you want to pay for, add an extra, maybe part-time income or full-time income. This is a solution, right? I consider this a solution. So for those of you guys that don't have a pen, a pencil, any type of notes being ready to be taken, make sure you get it out, because it is a proven fact that you will only retain about 10% of the information. And for those of you guys that are on here, if you can, please turn on your cameras. I love to see all the beautiful faces. I love to, see what's going on. Shout out to my man Zay over there. But I love to see all the beautiful faces. And at the end of the day, I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, right? And obviously, if there's things that you have going on, whatever it may be, but you want to have attention, right? You want to give that full undivided attention so you can utilize this. And before we get started, before I go ahead and dive in everything, I want you guys to take this. Everything that you're about to hear today, be in a learning state, right? Be ready to receive the information. How do you do that? Well, if you're in a chair, sit up in your chair. If you don't have your camera on, put your camera on. If you're not taking notes, take notes. Be in a learning state, because you want to learn this. I want you guys to write this down. Learn as if you were going to teach. Learn as if you were going to have to give these same nuggets, these same teachings to somebody else, because when you are a leader, and as many of you guys either are or are striving to become leaders, you will need to teach some of this stuff one day. Maybe you find something that resonates with you, that you know that you can pass on. So learn as if you're going to teach, and I want you to take that with you for the rest of your career and the rest of your time. And so also for you that don't know this, we do this every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. CST. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Guys, I just want to first off give a round of applause to everybody that's been crushing it with the heat check. I believe we're in day 8. Let's go ahead and show some love. If you are excited, if you are fired up and ready to crush the rest of this heat check, crush all of your goals and take your business to the next level and have 2026 become that next level year as you're coming into it. Let me see some ones in the chat. Let's see some ones who is fired up for their success, who is fired up for their growth, who is fired up to be that next six-figure earner, seven-figure earner. And so, for me, it's all about energy, guys. It's all about energy. And so, first thing I want to talk about is within this business, right? Within this business, to have success, you obviously have to be consistent, right? You have to be consistent within this business. It's not about what you can do maybe over the course of a day, but it's about what you can do over the course of a year, right? The whole goal of the heat check is to build these habits and go on a massive run. So after you get done with it, you look and say, damn, I was consistent for 70 days, 75 days, 30 days, 45 days, whenever you come into the heat check. And look what I was able to accomplish. And now you're able to see, well, the work works, right? The work works. Everything that we teach, everything that we do here, it's been done over and over again, whether it's by one of us, whether it's by somebody else in the industry. It's been done before. So we don't tell people stuff that does not work, right? This is all stuff that has been tried, done, and have proven results. And so along the way, within my journey, I heard something years ago that really changed my perspective on, the work, right? Because a lot of times people get so excited when they jump on calls like these, or they go to an event like Florida or Atlanta, which we have coming up in October, or Rome, which we have coming up in a month from now. People go to events, right? Or people come to these calls and they get fired up. They get excited. They get excited. And guess what? They get excited for 3 days and they go on a 3 day run. They go crazy and they're pumping, they're messaging people, they're doing what they need to do, and then boom, right? Boom. Maybe they get tired or unmotivated, right? That motivation disappears. And so within this business, you can't rely on motivation, right? Obviously, you want to be around the fire, you want to get to these calls, but if you truly want to have success, you can't solely rely on motivation because motivation is just an emotion. Just like anything else in this world. If you're happy, you're not happy forever, right? Eventually, you're going to start feeling sad again. If you're sad again, eventually, you're going to start feeling happy or pain or anxious or whatever. These are all emotions that we feel just in life. Emotions aren't for forever, right? And so you can't just be motivated. You have to become dedicated, right? You have to become dedicated to the process, to the craft, to building your business, to becoming a better person, to becoming a better leader of not only yourself or not only your team, but of yourself as well. So I want you guys to write at the top of the page, motivation versus dedication. Once you write down motivation versus dedication. And this was something that really, really stuck with me heavy. You know what dedication is, guys? Dedication is waking up every single day and doing the things that you know you need to do regardless. When somebody is dedicated to anything, they're going to show up regardless. If you one day just don't feel motivated to be with your spouse or with your kids, are you just going to not show up that day? Oh, sorry, Junior. You're going to have to make your own food today, right? Sorry, Junior. You're going to have to take yourself to school when he's 3 years old or 5 years old, right? Sorry. No, you're not because you are dedicated to that child. Same thing with, a relationship. If you're not motivated anymore, sorry, love. We're not going to the wedding. I'm not motivated to go today, right? It's being dedicated. And just like anything in this world, if you want to get good at it, it has to start with dedication. And that is where a lot of people, when they find the issue of consistency, when they find the issue of having consistency, a lot of times it lies in one, dedication, but also just having a daily routine set in place. I want you guys to understand that in this business, leaders have calendars. And this is something that we stress a lot to people. But if you don't have a calendar, actually, let me see let me put, and don't multiple people message in here. How many people use a calendar that map out their day to day on a daily basis? Put some sevens in the chat. Don't spam the chat. Just if you do it, put 1 7 in there. Okay, we got it. We got some calendars, right? We got some calendars. Okay. Okay. Right. And so I probably see, all right, maybe there's a good 10, 12, maybe 13 people that use a calendar out of everybody that's on the call. And I want you guys to understand the calendar is what's going to make you win. Mapping out your day on a daily basis, every single day, knowing, to be honest, adding when you're going to eat, when you're going to go to the gym. You have to plan your day because that's what successful people do. I believe the quote is millionaires or successful people or millionaires plan in days, but billionaires plan in minutes or hours or something like that. And poor people don't plan at all, right? They don't use a calendar at all. They just walk through life, making sure that you have the steps to have success ready, right? Because otherwise you're just gonna be aimless. And how many times, especially in today's day and age, that we just get lost through social media, through conversating with friends, family, whatever it may be. And so a calendar is gonna be how you stay consistent. And with dedication, it's acting in spite of your mood. You have to have your daily methods of operations. I want you guys to write this down. Your DMOs in the business, your DMOs, daily methods of operation. What are your non-negotiables in your dedication factor? What are the things that you're going to do every single day? You want to write a checklist of this. And we can send in what are DMOs. Josh, if you want to go ahead and put in the daily tasks into the chat, but having the daily methods of operation. Having the daily methods of operations. 10 before 10, right? That's one of them. 30 minutes of personal development a day. Showing the plan 3 to 5 times a day, right? Josh just dropped it in there, right? Contact 10 new people about the business. Follow up with 10 old people. Post on social media 3 to 5 times a day. 30 minutes of personal development using the products and service. Promote the most recent upcoming event. Message in the team chats daily and set up and complete 3 to 5 presentations. And the goal is to sign up one new personal every single day, right? Every single day. And so understand that when it comes to dedication, the best way to be dedicated is to have a schedule because you at least have a plan of action that you can execute every single day. And so something I want to touch on is, has anybody heard, the phrase "you have time" here? You have time, right? We get told that at a young age. Oh, it's okay, you have time, right? You have time. And growing up, I used to hear that all the time, but I realized it was one of the biggest lies that we were ever told. That we were ever told is we have time. Because I promise you, I am 28 years old now, and I blinked and I was 18 before. Right? I was 18 going to college, I blinked, and then I was 22 getting out of college, starting the business, and I blinked, and now it's here 6, 7 years later. And the thing with believing that you have all the time in the world is because when the time passes, you look back and have to ask yourself, what did I really do? So I want you guys to think right now, whatever age you are right now, whatever age you are at this exact moment in time, I want you to think about where you're at in life, where you're at in life right at this moment, right? Think about it, where you're at in this moment, and are you happy with it? Are you happy with where you're at in life right now? Are you proud of the person that you are? Are you happy with your living situation? Are you happy with your relationship? Are you happy with where you are in the business? And I want you to know that where you're at right now is a compilation of all the decisions you've made in the last 3 to 5 years. Last 3 to 5 years. Whether you hate your situation, whether you love your situation, whether you're content with it, it's a compilation of the last 3 to 5 years. And if you want to live a different life in 3 to 5 years, like I'm 28, right? If I want to live an even better life at 31, 32, 33, it starts right here and right now. Right here and right now. You have to make these decisions so you're not looking back in another 5 years saying, damn, where did the time go? I still don't like my life. Or maybe I'm still not where I want to be. And so you have to kick it in a high gear because we have the deal here, guys. Like I told you guys at the beginning of this call, this isn't just a business opportunity. This is a solution. Whatever you want in the world, you can get it from it, right? And I full heartedly believe that because I've seen the opportunity not only change my life, but so many people all around the world. And so I want you guys to write down this next thing. It's if you're persistent, you will get it, right? You can get it in this business by having grit and hard work. If you are consistent, you'll keep it. I wanna give a little analogy of, how many times do you see people in relationships? Maybe a guy, he really works hard for a girl. He takes her out, he wines her and dines her, right? He's going up and above, sending flowers, doing the whole nine. Then he gets the girl and he doesn't do the same acts that he did to get the girl. And all of a sudden, they go out less. There's no more flowers anymore. There's no more holding the door. There's no more picking you up. Nope, just meet me at this place, right? And then they break apart because the actions weren't the same leading into it. It's the same thing with business, guys. The same exact thing with business. You will lose it if you don't stay consistent. So for all of my people right now, the company is in massive momentum. This heat check, the first 8 days have been absolutely insane. Since we got back from the Florida event, absolutely insane. Ranks popping, people crushing it, people on their way. But if you want to have massive success and keep the success and maybe make the success even bigger, you have to be consistent, right? Not just persist. You have to be consistent. And so, like I said, is at the end of the day, you need to be able to do this over a long period of time. That's obviously what we have the heat check for. And so it has been fantastic so far, but I'm excited. Let me see some more sevens in the chat if you are excited to crush all of these goals in the heat check. And if you're not in the heat check group chat, make sure if somebody wants to drop that into the chats as well, get into the Telegram, get close to the fire, get next to everybody that wants to go ahead, have massive success. Because we only got so much time, baby, right? It's not that we have time, we have so much time. And at the end of the day, They print money, but they don't print time. And so use it wisely every single day within your life, because then you can have massive success. And so um, one thing that I heard probably about 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, it was, sorry, one second. What I heard about 2 years ago was how many resources is the universe giving you that you're not using? I want you guys to think about that right now. If you've been in the business for a month, 2 months, 3 months, if this is your first time on the call, why is this your first time on the call? Right? If you haven't went through some sort of onboarding process, for us, we have a whole affiliate training series that we utilize that I'll share with you guys real quick, and I'll send just this in the chat. Is we have an affiliate training series right here that is a compilation of everything, all of the principles that we built our business on, Josh and I, right? It'll take you through every single thing, give you different resources over and over and over on how to have success. And I can drop this in the chat as well. But this is everything that you really need to have success and get your business off of the business. Just for a show of hands, put a one in the chat if you've went through and completed the entirety of the affiliate training series yet. One. Couple people. See a lot of leaders' names in there, huh? Not a coincidence, huh? One. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Sweet. I'll tell you guys. The print almost have it. Perfect. Um, I'll tell you guys, it is a resource, right? There's so many resources that you can use. What are some of the resources that you have? Well, every single Tuesday, like I said, we have this call, and you need to mark it on your calendars, guys. This is what we call business hours, the non-negotiables of the business. Mark this in your calls. Every single Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we have Super Saturday, right? We have Super Saturday, which is half trading, half building the business every single Saturday. Mark that in your calendars. Um, what are some other resources, guys, that we have within the business? I just gave you guys the affiliate training series, Eric Worre's GoPro audio, the leaders, your uplines, the people that got you into this business, use them as a resource. I tell people, drill me with questions until it sounds like you're annoying me, and then keep going over and over and over again, because our goal as leaders is to help people. It's each one teach one here. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to utilize and help every single person within the business. And so if you ever have questions, reach out to me. I'm definitely willing to help. I don't care whose team you're on, what you're doing. I'm willing to help because a rising tide lifts all ships, and I want to help everybody have success within this business. And so understand that we are here to help. And so the last thing I want to leave with you guys is a massive part of the business, and what I've realized over the years is goal setting. How many of people in here have goals in their life, right? Probably everybody. But I want to ask you guys one question. How many people in this chat, let me see some sevens again, have goals that they have written down on a piece of paper and placed in front of them, or in multiple places, right? Use it on sticky notes. Okay. Saw them on people, a couple other people. Okay. Sevens. Okay. Perfect. Well, I want you guys to know, if you don't have your goals written down, a goal without a date and a time of completion is just a wish, right? It's just a hope. It's just a prayer. So you need to get your goals done. I want to talk about the three different types of people when it comes to goal setting. And the very first one is the pessimist, right? These are people that usually just set very low goals, goals that are so obtainable that they know they're going to hit them, right? Let me go ahead and make sure I brush your teeth. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna set a goal to brush my teeth tomorrow, right? Make your bed, eat food, right? These are just goals that you know you're gonna hit. You don't even have to try with these goals, right? These are the people that usually they accomplish every single goal, but they don't ever amount to anything great. The second one is the realist, right? People put, goals in place that they will almost hit. They almost always, or sorry, they almost all will always hit, right? Almost always will hit, right? These are the type of goals where it's like, I'll make it to the gym, right? You can almost always hit that. Obviously, for a lot of people in the world, they still don't make it. They still don't make it to the gym, but they're still pretty much very obtainable with just a little bit of effort, right? Lose a pound, right? That's something that maybe people always do. No, not necessarily. And the third one is visionary. These are people that set goals that are so big that they scare people. Have you ever told the goal to somebody that they're like, what the hell? Like, what is this guy talking about? There's no way that this is a possibility. And you want to know where all the biggest leaders, biggest earners, the biggest shakers, movers in the industry and in this world are? They're in that category of visionary. I want you guys to start dreaming bigger than how you've ever dreamed before. If you have a goal to go make six figures in a year, change it to 6 months. It is okay if you don't necessarily accomplish it in 6 months, but you want to make goals so massive. You guys need to dream bigger. You guys are in an industry now that it allows you to dream bigger. Like I said, this isn't just a business opportunity, this is a solution. So I want you guys to become visionaries within this business. The second, what was the second type of goal? It's a realist, realistic type of goals. But I want you guys to live in the dreams of visionary because those are the people that do things great. And I know every single person can do that on this call. You want to know why? Because you are here. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right company, with the right product, and you have the ability to go achieve something great, but it is completely up to you if you want to go ahead and achieve it. And so, before I pass it on to the next speaker, I want to leave you guys with something that I say a lot of times on my calls, but it's something that is so tried and true over the years. And it all comes back to a saying that we were taught when we were kids. When we're taught as kids, is how many people on this call have heard the phrase "knowledge is power," right? Knowledge is power, knowledge is power, knowledge is power, right? A lot of people, and I used to believe that because I was always a big component of, studying and knowledge is power and school and all of this stuff. But as I got older and as I started to realize, a quote came across, my screen one day, and it said, "To know and to not do is the same as not knowing at all." To know and to not do is the same as not knowing at all. And so applied knowledge is power. I want you guys to write that down if you don't have it. To know and to not do is the same as not knowing at all. So applied knowledge is power. So it means nothing if you come into this business and you learn the tips and tricks of the trade. It means nothing if you go and listen to an audio. It means nothing if you come on one of these calls. It means nothing unless you take massive, massive action. Massive, massive action. And if you take action, then you will obviously see the results with time. And so I appreciate you guys. We are not done here yet. The next person is someone that I can tell you can give you the sauce, right? He can give you the tips and tricks. He's mentored thousands, I mean, at this point, tens of thousands of people all around the world on how to not only make part-time incomes, but full-time incomes and killings within this industry. And so this is someone that I revere deeply, my best friend, my brother, but also a mentor of mine. And when I tell you, when he speaks, people listen because there is so much game and value. And I know the training that he's prepared for you right now is going to absolutely knock your guys' socks off. And so with no more further ado, I'm going to pass it to my brother, Mr. Josh Amundson.
I appreciate it, man. I will go ahead and spotlight my video. Guys, go ahead and drop some ones in the chat for Jay Patnode, man. Absolutely killing it. Come on, baby. Let's go. What I'm talking about, right? Oh, yeah. Got the little soundboard effect. Let's go. Come on. But no, Jay, I appreciate you a ton, man. That was some great value. And some of the principles that you talked about are literally stuff that you and I have lived by for the last 7 years. Literally 7 years we've lived by those principles. And so sometimes people think, well, once they've learned something and once they heard something, they don't have to keep learning it, right? But we learned a long time ago, because we joined 7 years ago, that you relearn and rehear it over and over and over and over and over until it's literally who you are. Right? It's not enough to learn something one time. You got to hear it over and over and over. So I love the stuff you talked about, man. But guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Josh Amundson. I am 28 years old. We got my guy Joey Wilson on the call, I believe, right now. What's up, boss? How we doing? But yeah, I'm super excited to be on here. I appreciate each and every single one of you for hopping on. We do these calls, like Jay said, to share value with you. We're trying to help you go faster and win quicker, right? Me and Jay, we got started on December 18th of 2018. We were 20 years old. We're 28 now. I remember me and Jay, we were like, in 90 days, we want to get to $10,000 a month. 90 days. We were brand new. We knew nothing about this industry at all, right? I was already trading for 2 years before I got started. Still didn't know anything, right? Jay was starting to dabble into it. But we wanted to go out and become leaders. We wanted to be able to walk across stage, share a story, earn passive residual income that was bigger than our expenses. We wanted to make an impact. Every job I ever had in my life, I felt like a runt. Everything I did, it didn't matter what it was. Guys, I was working at car washes. I was cutting metal, taking apart machines, painting houses. I worked at Pepsi. I worked for the school. I didn't feel like I was making a purpose. I was like, I could just poof, and they could just replace me in a second. So I was like, I want to find something where I can impact people, where I can literally change humans' lives. And so our goal is $10,000 a month in 90 days. It took us 2 years and 1 month to get it done, right? You will always get done what you want if you're consistent and hungry, but it might not always happen when you want it to happen. As long as you stay consistent and you keep going, you'll get it done. I can't tell you exactly when, right? But sometimes it just happens longer than you think it will, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Hopefully you have a, pen and a notebook out so you can write this stuff down, okay? Everything that Jay and I are, ever going to teach you guys on these calls, anything that any leader in this company is ever going to teach you, at one point in time, they wrote it down and that's why they're able to share it with you. So if your goal is to be a phenomenal leader to your team, you need to remember the information you're learning on this call so you can share with the people tomorrow that are joining your business. Okay. But let's go ahead and dive into it, right? And so, one of the first things I want you to realize is each and every single one of you are a leader. Okay. Each and every single one of you are a leader. Okay. People are so confused about what leadership really is. They think leadership is, leading just crowds of people, having a huge influence. That is not leadership. Guys, the stem of leadership is having influence. If you have influenced your friends to go out for a night, that's leadership skill. If you've influenced your friends to go to a certain movie, to go to a certain restaurant, if you had someone join this business, whatever the case may be, if you had any sort of influence, you are a leader. Okay, I'm here to tell you right now. Now it's up to you if you're going to believe it or not. Okay, I heard this at 20 years old. I was like, all right, I'll believe it. I'll buy into it, right? Because the person who told me that was making $1 million a month at the time. And I was making 150 bucks a month. So I was like, I'll buy into it, right? So, part of the leadership process, what we want to help you guys do is we want to help you go through 3 phases of leadership in this company, 3 different phases. Okay. So, it's really important to write these down. And I want you to think about which phase you're in. All right. Phase number 1, when you get started, you are dependent. Okay. When you get started, you are dependent. You are dependent on your upline. You're dependent on an onboarding system. You are depending on, other people to help you understand what's going on, right? You are a dependent person. You are depending on people. It's kind of like a kid when they're born, they are depending on the parents to keep them alive, to help them eat, to help them do everything. Okay. Now, your goal is to go through these phases as fast as you can. Phase number 2, you go from dependent to independent. This is kind of like when you get to the teenager phase, where you don't really need too much help anymore. You kind of understand what's going on. You're like, dude, I get it. I know what I'm doing. But you're still learning. You're still figuring it out, but you're more independent. You know how to, if we're talking about the business, you know how to prospect, you know how to present, you know how to promote. If we're talking about trading, you're starting to be able to mark up your own charts, XYZ, right? You're becoming independent. But the third phase is what you want to get to. And that's where you become dependable. You want to be dependable, right? Guys, Matthew Thayer and Joey Wilson, they've been our mentors for 7 years. They don't have to message us and call us to build our business. They like to help our team. They don't have to do that. We are dependable for them. They don't have to tell us to host these calls. They don't have to tell us to host these Minnesota events. They don't have to tell us to go to the company events. They don't have to tell us to do any of this stuff because we got to the dependable phase. So, what I want to ask you right now, each and every single one of you in this call, is which phase are you in? Are you dependent still? Which is okay if you're brand new. I understand, right? I needed to be walked through and told how to do things. I didn't know anything when I first got started, right? But there's also independent. Do you feel you're there? Or dependable? Your goal is to become dependable as fast as you possibly can. Now, don't get this confused, okay? Becoming independent and dependable doesn't mean you don't ask questions anymore. I still blow Joey's phone up with questions all the time, and the dude's a six-figure a month earner, right? I'm still blowing his phone up because the person who asks the most questions makes the most money. Whoever asks the most questions makes the most money. Guys, you heard it in school. There's no dumb questions. I did not believe the teacher whenever they were saying that. I was like, I do not want to look dumb in this classroom, right? But when it comes to actually asking questions and making more money, it's worth it. Ask the questions that you have, okay? So I want you guys to write this down, right? We're in the middle of the heat check, right? If you don't know what this is, Jay broke it down a little bit. But the heat check, ladies and gentlemen, we are literally on a full-on sprint to the Atlanta, Georgia event on October 3rd through 4th. If you're coming to the Atlanta event, guys, drop a one in the chat. Let's see who's coming to the Atlanta event. Who's committed? Who's serious? Who's coming to it? Okay. You are statistically proven to make 10 times more money in this business if you come to the company events. You'll notice the people who go to the events, if you don't, will end up making around 10 times more money than you. Okay, so I'm super, super excited, guys. We'll share some info at the end, but I want you to write this down, okay? First of all, write the date down. Today is August 5th, 2025. Every single call, every presentation you do, every leadership call you hop on, I want you to put the date in your notebook before you start taking notes. I want you to track your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 7 notebooks sitting on the floor. For 7 years, I've been in this business. I have dates for all of it. Keep track of it because one day you can show it to someone on your team and you can inspire them at how consistent you were and how you didn't give up. Okay. So put the date down, but I want you to write this down. Okay. I want you to write down, I am so happy. I am so happy and grateful now that I am. And then I want you to put whatever rank you want to be. So I am so happy and grateful now that I am this rank by September 30th, 2025. What rank do you want to be by September 30th, 2025? Okay, what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is this is writing goals with a date attached. Like Jay said, we are writing it in the present tense as if it already happened. That's one of the secrets that you'll learn in this business is you have to act as if you were already making that much money. You have to act as if you're already that person. Act as if you're already that level of leader. Just start thinking to yourself, I am that person already. Time just hasn't caught up yet. When me and Jay were brand new, ladies and gentlemen, in January of 2019, we were moving, acting, talking like $10,000 a month earners. We were 20 years old and we were making 150 bucks a month. We were moving and acting and had posture as if we were making $10,000 a month. We were acting as if. So I am so happy and grateful now that I'm the rank diamond, right? For an example, by September 30th, 2025. Okay. It's already done. It's important to look at that every single day. I have it written on my whiteboard for 7 years now, the exact goal that I want. My next goal, ladies and gentlemen, is the elite ambassador rank, right? I write it down. I have it in the exact same format. Okay. So now what I want to do for the rest of this call is I want to go over 8 rules of the network marketing industry. Okay, I want to teach you 8 rules of the network marketing industry. Number 1, most people miss the work part in network marketing. Most people miss the work part in network marketing, okay? You have to be willing to do what other people are not willing to do in order to win. Okay, you have to be willing to do what other people are not willing to do. You have to be constantly working on your business every single day. Every single day. For those of you that have never owned a business, by the way, I've been in entrepreneurship since I was 13. I'll tell you what, owning a business is like having I don't have any kids, right? But owning a business is like your baby. You need to take care of your baby every single day. This is your baby. Doctors, lawyers, and entrepreneurs won't even usually date for the first 8 years of their business because they're way too busy building their career. They dedicate everything to it. So when I say you got to consistently work on your business every single day, that's entrepreneurship, right? But guess what? The payoff later in life is the greatest thing you could ever imagine if you're willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? This business is hard work. Okay. It's hard work. You're going to have to learn, grow, study, and execute on a daily basis. My mentor told me 7 years ago, Josh, every day I want you to read, write, and listen. I want you to read something that'll, strengthen your brain. I want you to write something that has to do with personal development, maybe gratitude, and I want you to listen to positive audios. He said every single day of your life, read, write, and listen. So that's what I've been doing, right? That's why I have 7 notebooks, okay? And the last couple things for this section is it will be well worth it, okay? Part of entrepreneurship is you have to be willing to work for an extended period of time without seeing any physical results at all. No paychecks. Your money's not going up. Your bank isn't growing. Your team might not be expanding. Your trading account might not be growing, but you have to keep going because under the hood, under the ground, you are growing a rooting system, right? You're tuning who you are as a person. So one day it's gonna feel like an overnight success. Okay, but you have to be willing to work without seeing physical results, right? Constantly work on your business. You got to prospect 10 people a day about this business every single day. You prospect 10 new people, right? Invite them to check out what we're doing. 5 presentations a day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing this part-time, I say 1 to 3 presentations a day. If you're trying to do this full-time and you got the time, 5 to 10 presentations a day. You got to raise the bar high. Whatever you were planning on doing over the next 90 days, compress it into the next 30 days. Raise the bar, right? So that's number one. Most people miss the work part in network marketing. Okay. Number two is you want to create a culture in your team where ego does not get in the way. Okay. I'll say it one more time so you guys can write it down. Create a culture inside of your team where ego does not get in the way. All right. Keep your ego and your team's ego in check always, right? You are no better than anyone else in this entire company, and nobody else in this company is better than you. Okay, we have to keep egos in check, right? Don't forget what it was like for those of you that have been in the business for a while, what it was like to be a brand new affiliate. For those of you that have been in the business for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many years, do not forget what it was like to be a brand new affiliate. Remember what that was like. Keep your ego in check, right? You got to create a team culture as well where people want to stay regardless of the money. Create a team culture where people want to stay regardless of money, right? Create humility by celebrating other people. When me and Jay went to our first events, my first event was March of 2019. We were told this, right? You want to cheer for people that are getting celebrated how you would want to be celebrated. So me and Jay were just freaking cheering on everyone, baby. We're like, woo! So you got to do the same thing. These are the rules of the network marketing industry. Okay. You got to cheer from the rooftops for people that you don't even know. Even if you do know them or you don't, you cheer them on, right, ladies and gentlemen? So that was number two. Number three is people want to know that you will be there for them. People want to know that you will be there for them. Okay. People do not care how much you know until they know that you care. People do not care how much you know until they know that you care. I've seen leaders in this industry that did not show the people in their business that they cared about them, but they knew a lot about the industry. So they're trying to just teach and teach and teach, but no one felt the care component. So no one wanted to listen, right? People do not care in your business or people in your life, people you're prospecting until they know that you actually give a damn about them, right? So keep that in mind when you're talking to people, okay? You want to be accessible to your team, okay? Right? I have a Calendly link. People are able to book calls with me, right? You want to be accessible to your team. You also want to provide direction and lead by example. You need to guide your team in the right direction. And how do you do that? It's by leading by example. Okay, not everyone is going to do the work. Not everyone's going to put in the effort. Not everyone's going to go to the moon on this thing. I'm telling you what, there will be people in your business that quit. There will be leaders that quit. You will see people that were sidelines that you were friends with that quit, right? All you have to do is you have to keep leading by example for your team and the community. That's your goal, right? That was my goal, and it's been my goal for 7 years now is lead by example, okay? And what something that's really important for this one is work with the willing, but be available for everyone. Okay. Work with the willing, but be available to everyone. What does that mean? Right? Work with the people who are ready to work. Spend the most time with the people who are showing up. They're taking names, they're kicking ass, right? Who are the movers, the shakers, producers, who are excited, who's positive, who's putting in the effort. Work with them, right? But for your whole team, be available for everyone. Okay. Don't just cut people off and kick them off the island if they're not doing XYZ. Be available to everyone, but work with the willing on a daily basis. Okay. Number four, stop allowing people to make you feel guilty for wanting to be rich. Okay. Number four is stop allowing people to make you feel guilty for wanting to be rich. Right? Do not let anyone steal your dream away from you. You deserve to have millions of dollars in the bank, right? Whatever you want to do with it, that's your choice. But you can start charities, you can start foundations, you can take your family around the world, you can help your children, you can help your family, you can help your cousins, you can pay medical debt, you can pay your debt. There's a lot of things that you can do. You deserve it. Just don't let anyone steal the dream away from you. Ever. Right when I got started, ladies and gentlemen, I remember my cousins. I was just at one of the cousins' weddings this weekend, right? I remember friends being like, "Dude, why would you even want to go after $100,000 a month? Like, what do you even need that for? What's the purpose, right? Like, aren't you just comfortable with 100 grand a year?" Well, I had to learn at a young age, do not let them steal my dream away from me because they're not on the same journey as me. Okay, ignore the critics. Ignore all the critics that you have, right? And here's something that's really, really important, okay? Do not take advice from people that don't have the results that you want. You will have friends, parents, right? Depending on who you are, friends, parents tell you you're stupid. They'll tell the kid, your friend, that you're stupid. You'll have a bunch of people say what you're doing is dumb, right? But you always have to consider the source. Is the person that's talking smack, is the person that is being negative, saying, dumb things, do they have the lifestyle I want? Do they have the amount of money I want? Do they live in the house I want? Do they drive the car I want? You can transverse this into anything. Do they have the marriage I want? Are they as happy as I want to be? Only take advice from people that have what you want. It's hilarious. Even nowadays, my friends try to give me advice about business and success in terms of the business world, money, but all of them are still working jobs they hate, making less than $50,000 a year. Right. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to, talk smack or bad about them, right? But I'm not going to take advice from them. I politely let them finish and kind of tune it out. Okay. So only take advice from people that have what you want. It's very, very important, right? You have to get complete tunnel vision on your goals. You have to block out all the noise. I had people from my high school that were trying to make fun of me back in the day when I started. I had people from college that I thought were my friends. I had people from my, hometown, whatever. I had to block out the noise, put the blinders on, and look straight and run full speed. And guess what? 2 years later, I hear nothing anymore from any of them. Never anything negative, right? Oh, I knew you could do it. Oh, dude, if there was someone who could have done it, it's you. No, I worked. I blocked you out. Okay, so it's really important. Number five, have an abundant mentality. Okay, have an abundance mentality. This is very important to your journey of success. Have an abundance mentality. Okay, most people underestimate what they are capable of. All right. They are thinking too small, right? Sometimes I ask people that want to go build a business, I'm like, hey, what rank do you want to be by the end of the year? They're like, I want to be a platinum rank by the end of the year. I'm like, dude, there's like 5 months left, 4 months left. I'm like, what do you mean a platinum rank by the end of the year? I'm like, that's 10 people. Whatever your past performance is with building your business so far, Do not dictate what your future results will be because of that. Your life can change in an instant. One conversation, one phone call, one meeting, one DM on social media, your life's never the same. I remember, ladies and gentlemen, I was building my business. And this is where I learned it. I was like, man, no one's responding. No one wants to get on calls. I got no after no after no after no after no after no after no. Anybody else feel like that? Just no after no after no. But one day, it was 2019, and this random individual just swiped up on my Snapchat story and was like, hey, like, what do you trade? And I was like, I trade crypto, I trade gold, oil, right? I was like, let's get on a call. Let's talk about trading. That was it. I got on the call, did a presentation with a guy. He joined. He was up in Fargo, North Dakota. This individual ended up putting in hundreds and hundreds of people inside of the business, right? From that point moving forward, I realized that my life can change any single day. Any day. You never know we're going to meet someone that everything changes. It's up to you to keep going, though, in order to find those people. Okay. It's true what we think, or excuse me, we become what we think about. Okay. It's very, very true. I become what I think about. If you think you're never going to hit ranks, you're never going to become a funded trader, you're never going to become profitable, you think it's impossible, right? That's true for you. That will happen. That is your future. If you tell yourself, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to make it, I'm going to have a lot of money, I'm going to travel the world, I'm going to help my family, I'm going to impact lives, I'm going to speak on stage to thousands of people, that's your reality. You just have to work long enough for it to actually show up. Okay, so it's true. Whatever we think, we become, right? You got to work on your self talk, work on your self image. I want you to drop a three in the chat if you do positive affirmations every day. Out loud, by the way, out loud. Drop a three in the chat if you do positive affirmations out loud every day. Let me take a look at this chat real quick. Who do we got in here? Okay, okay. Positive affirmations out loud, right? Now, for those of you that don't do it, right? I do mine every single day when I'm naked in the shower. Don't picture that, right? But every single day when I'm in the shower, I'm telling myself, I am rich, I am successful, I'm honest, I'm hardworking, I'm a top network marketer, I'm a leader, I'm a trader, I'm impacting the world, I'm positive, I'm healthy. Every single day I say that in the shower for 6 years now. I remember because my mentor, who was making around $1 million a month, was like, redesign and he said to work on your self-talk and your self-image. Most of you are telling yourself negative stuff every single day. Every day you're looking in the mirror like, oh, thinking you're ugly. Every single day you're thinking, you're broke, whatever the case may be. I was doing the same thing. I had to start saying out loud into the world who I really wanted to be. But have you ever told, when you start doing it, it kind of feels like a lie, right? You might have like, for an example, I think I had like $150 in my bank account when I started doing this, and I was like, I'm rich. I'm like, oh God, this does not sound right. But have you ever heard it? If you tell a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. You have to brainwash yourself by doing positive affirmations until you believe it, and then you keep doing it every single day from now on. If you really want to win in this business as bad as you say you do, every day do it. Every single day. Why not? Do it when you're alone. You don't have to do it on a microphone at an event. Do it when you're alone. Challenge yourself every single day, 10. Okay. So you got to think abundance. You got to think wealth. You got to think happiness. You got to think success. You got to vibrate high in order to attract high quality results. Okay. Now, I want you guys to write this down. Okay. Number 6 is this is a profession. Okay. This is a profession. Okay. You can have long-term success if you just do the work. Okay. You can have long-term success if you just do the work, if you put in the work, if you get the job done, right? Become a student of the industry. When I got started and I realized, okay, wow, I'm in a trading business with awesome products and services. I love this. I already loved trading before I got started. I was like, this is the coolest thing on the freaking planet. We're clicking buttons on our phone and we can make money, right? But I learned when I was a part of the network marketing industry as well, I need to become a student of the industry forever. Forever. I'm never done growing. I'm never done learning. There's always something for me to learn, right? So become a student of the industry, read books, find a mentor, and attend events. Okay, read books, educate yourself, find a mentor, copy what they do every single day, and attend all of the company events because that's where all the top earners are in the opportunity you're in, right? Learn everything you can about this industry. Study everyone you can. You guys want some names to study of who changed my life? Right? Your top five friends, you're the average of them. I made my top five friends mentors in the network marketing industry on YouTube. Every day, that's all I listened to. And then I worked. Number one, Matt Morris. Matt Morris changed my entire life. Absolutely. Number two, Eric Worre, right? ERICWORRE. Eric Worre. Okay. Another one is Jim Rohn. JIMROHN. Jim Rohn. Another one that changed my life is John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell, right? I read their books. I listened to their audios. I took notes on it. I teach people what I learned from them. I became a student of this industry. Okay. So you have to understand that this is a profession, right? Number seven, become an artist in the industry. Become an artist in the network marketing industry. Okay. There will be millions of people that are going to join this business over the next 24 to 36 months. Millions of people that are going to join this company over the next 24 to 36 months. Okay. Who are they going to join with? Who are the millions of people over the next 24 to 36 months going to get started with? Right? It all comes down to your brand. Are they going to join you or are they going to join someone else? Right? It comes down to your brand. It comes down. Ask yourself this. I always love asking people this, right? Would you join you? Would you want to get started with you? Right? It's a crazy thought to think about. You know, another one that I always ask myself is if my team did what I did last month, would I be happy? If my team had the production I had, if they did the calls I did, if they did the work I did, the events I did, if they did what I did last month, would I be happy? Ask yourself that. If everyone on your team did what you did, would you be happy? If it's a yes, you're probably doing the right thing. If it's a no, we got to kick it into gear. Okay. And so, part of your brand, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write this down. Number one is, providing value. Okay. You want to build your brand so people feel like they know you before they even meet you. Okay. Build your brand so people feel like they know who you are before they even meet you. When me and Jay go downtown to Minneapolis, people will walk up to us and they're like, oh, I've seen this, this, this. I've seen you travel here. You talk about this. You have this business. You're doing this. And I'm like, can we get on a first name basis first? Right. So you want to build your brand so people know who you are before they even meet you. Right. Super, super important. Another thing that's really important too is you want to be yourself. Okay. Be you. All right. Do not pretend to be someone else. Okay. Authenticity is the highest form of vibration. That is the number one thing that us as humans can feel from each other is, are you being authentic? Authenticity, right? So be yourself. People can use value that you provide. They can't use your watches and your cars and your chains. Okay, so be yourself, right? Do not put on a mask. Take the mask off and be you. And I promise you, you will attract a lot of people into your life that you didn't know resonate with you. Be yourself, okay? But you got to put yourself out there. Here are four things that bring value, if you're wondering, for social media or for your brand, right? Number one, be genuine. Okay, you want to be genuine. People want to see the real Abby. People want to see the real David. People want to see the real Ethan. People want to see the real Isabella, right? People want to see the real Landon. Okay, so be genuine to who you are. That's number one. Number two is bring value. Okay, help people. Provide value on your story rather than just always trying to, bring people into an opportunity. Provide value in your story. If you guys go on my social media, I haven't posted for a while, but I have reels just talking about leadership, mindset, communication, Sales, I'm just trying to provide value for people to randomly swipe up on. Okay, all the time, right? You want to provide value to help people. Okay. Number three is be you. Okay. You had one of the most rarest chances ever of being born and being on this planet right now. Be yourself, be authentic, right? Do not wear a mask. And number four is be consistent. Okay. You want to post on social media more than once a week, post on your story more than once a day, right? You want to post 3 to 5 stories every single day. Be consistent, right? People are going to get used to seeing your life, who you are, what are you doing, right? Okay. Now, the last one, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be closing this call out soon. Appreciate it. Hope you guys got some value so far on this call. But number 8 is do not compare yourself to other leaders. Do not compare yourself to other leaders. Okay. Who do you want to compare yourself with, right? Who you are right now and who are you becoming? That's who you want to compare yourself with. Do not compare yourself with other leaders. You sometimes will see a leader come on and maybe speak at stage on an event. You'll see him on a call. You'll see a trader that drops a $30,000 withdrawal, whatever the case may be. You don't know what they've done, who they are, and who they had to become in order to get that. Don't compare yourself to someone who's on chapter 34 when you're on chapter 1. Do not compare yourself. What's the quote? Does anyone know the quote? Comparison is the thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to other people. They're on their own journey. This is your business. This is your income. This is your life, right? Don't compare yourself. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday and who you're becoming. Okay. It's very, very important. All right. Uh, Blue diamonds, black diamonds, right? Elite ambassadors, top earners, people like Matthew Thayer, Joey Wilson. You have to understand this. Okay. They are just a finished product. Okay, they are a finished product. All the top earners you see are a finished product, right? They're the result of all the blood, sweat, and tears that you didn't see them put in. That's why they are who they are. You didn't see all the countless years, countless hours, countless effort for them to be able to get to a 6 figure a month income, right? So don't compare yourself to them. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, there's an unlimited amount of people in the world. There's an unlimited amount of money for you to have anything you want inside of this business. There's totally enough for all of us to become wealthy out of our wildest dreams through this opportunity in terms of resources around the world. Okay. You want to only compare yourself with the person from yesterday. Another thing that's really important is you always want to collaborate with other teams. Okay. Collaborate with other teams. For those of you that were on our platinum and above call, right? For those of you that don't know, we hold a platinum rank and above call, a private call every single Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Go out and smack platinum, get in the group, and we're going to get a lot closer, which is going to be cool. Right. Anybody can hit platinum. Just grind and you got it. Okay. But if you notice on that call, I put everyone into a breakout room because I understand how important it is to collaborate with other teams. I reach out to other leaders in the company. We're not even a part of the same team. I'm like, hey, man, we should do a call together. We should plan something together. We should do an event together, right? We're about to host an event in Chicago with another team that just launched, and I met them in the Florida event, like a month ago. I collaborate with other teams. I create unity around my life, right? Another thing I want you guys to understand is this: as you build your business, there is no such thing as stealing people. Okay, for those of you that, dude, when we're in Minnesota, for example, if you guys are in Minnesota, right? If you're in Wisconsin, there's a lot of people out here in the Midwest. If you're in the Midwest, there's people all over the place, by the way, if you're not in the Midwest. But there will be times where you and someone else in the business knows the same person. If you're not actively prospecting every day, you will see someone, let's say if you're in the Minnesota market, you'll see someone get one of your buddies started. And you're going to be like, what? No. You're like, that's my buddy. Okay. But there's no such thing as stealing people. Okay. The reality is, it's whoever has the person sign up at the end of the day, that's who deserves it. Plain straightforward. There's no stealing people. Nobody owns anyone, right? There's no such thing as stealing people. Okay. And so, the last thing I'll say, guys, is you got to understand it's already done. Okay. Whatever your goals, dreams are, whatever you want to accomplish, whatever rank you want to walk across stage in Atlanta for, okay, by September 30th, whatever rank you want to be, you got to understand it's already done. Act as if you're already that person and then put the work in that that type of person would be putting in if you were already there. Okay. Make the decision, go all in, and see you guys at the top. But what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for you, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to go ahead and just cover a couple things that are going to be important. Give me 1 second. I'm just quickly sharing this. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen. Oh, 1 second. Right here. All right, all right, all right. Got it. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what the heat check is that's going on, we are on a 75-day run, right? We build from event to event. We just got done with the Florida event. We have an Atlanta, Georgia event coming up. Every single one of us is going to this event. It's going to be beautiful. Atlanta is a very affordable trip to go on wherever you are, but there's going to be multi-millionaires speaking at this event, people making multi six figures, people that are absolutely crushing it in trading, educators. It's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be one of the coolest things in the world. But what we're doing is we're on a 75-day consistency every single day, hustle and run up to this event. Okay. And so this is what we're doing in terms of a schedule every day. We have presentation calls. If you're in the Central Time, Minnesota area, this is at 8 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And Thursday it's at 2 p.m., right? And so we have multiple calls that you can plug people into. We have a fast start training for people who are brand new. That's at 8 p.m.s on Thursdays for people to plug into it. They're brand new. And then Sundays is a weekly incentive drop, recognition, and rank training, which is really cool. Now, what are we doing every single day on this heat check? Okay, this is what all of us are doing. If you're not in that group chat, every single day we're doing 30 minutes of personal development. We're listening to something that's going to help us grow and become better in the network marketing industry, in leadership, in communication, in mindset. Okay. The second one is we're posting at least 4 stories every single day, right? If you guys haven't been to the onboarding system, right? You followed me, Jay, Joey Wilson, Matthew Thayer. There's other leaders on this call. Just look at what we're posting, guys. You can steal our content, take screenshots, crop out our name, and repost the same photo. We don't care. I've been stealing Joey Wilson stories for like 7 years. Okay. So you guys can take stuff from us. We don't mind. We're all here to pull each other up. Okay. But it helps to become authentic and creative. 10 before 10, we're all reaching out to 10 new people about the business and inviting them to check out what we're doing before 10 a.m. Maxing out your messages on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Who's ever maxed out their Instagram DMs before? Put a 1 in the chat. You ever maxed out your Instagram DMs where it won't let you do it anymore? I see Landon in there. Who's all the time, Maddie and Landon, right? Let's go. You guys can literally message people until it says, hey, you can't message any more people today, right? That shows you're putting in the work, okay? Talk to 3 new people every single day in person. Just say hi, meet connections. You don't have to sell people something on the spot. That's weird, okay? I farm relationships. I tell people a little bit about what I do. I get their contact information on social media, and then I'm posting on social media consistently. They're going to see my stories. They just followed me, right? So I farm relationships. Show the plan 3 to 5 times a day. This is called an income producing activity. 3 to 5 presentations a day where you're breaking down what we do here at Akashics to a new person. And you collect a decision. Hey, are you in or are you out? Okay. Promote the next call or event, right? You guys see me doing that right here on this call. Talk to your leaders. Anybody who's hustling on your team, talk to them every day and lead by example. Okay. Now, a couple more things, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a incentive that's going on right now. This is going till October 17th. Okay. This is super cool. This is the heat check incentive. So anybody who hits the platinum rank, you're going to get the book Think and Grow Rich. This is like the #1 best-selling, personal financial book in the entire world. The amount of secrets that are in this book are unbelievable. Napoleon Hill traveled the world interviewing the most successful people on the planet and put everything they said into a book. It's insane. Okay. If you hit Sapphire, you get a private 7-figure mentorship call with Joey Wilson. This dude makes over $100,000 a month. He's out here in Minnesota. Our guy Ozzy on this call just hit the Sapphire rank. Let's go, baby. Come on. Throw you in a group chat after this meeting. But if you hit Ruby by October 17th, ladies and gentlemen, you want to do these ranks, by the way, by September 30th. Okay, because it's whatever rank you are by the end of the month, the end of the calendar month. Ruby, if you hit that, you get a free Atlanta or Rome ticket. The Atlanta ticket's $250. It's a free ticket you get right there. The diamond rank, okay? This is where you're going to get a private dinner, and everyone there is at minimum making about 50, $60,000 a year. Okay, at bare minimum, right? And so this is all full-time earners. You're gonna have people who are making 100K a month, multi six-figure earners, and you also get a private team jersey. So when we pull up to the events, you got your own team jersey that you can wear. It's one of the coolest things in the world. And the last one is Blue Diamond, ladies and gentlemen. This is a six-figure rank. It's going to be a private leadership mastermind at a luxury Airbnb. I don't know where yet. I'm hoping like Lake Tahoe. It might be Cali. It might be Miami. It might be Arizona. I mean, all I know is they go big when they go big, and it's super cool. But this is going to be a private mastermind that we are all doing. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know what this October 3rd and 4th event is, okay, I'm going to quickly show you this. All right. This is what is happening in Atlanta on October 3rd or 4th. Let's go, man. I'm pumped for that. That's gonna be super cool. Just so you guys can see, here is where you can get the tickets. It is mydailychoice.com/events. Okay, you can click on the Unite event in Atlanta. They're 249 bucks. It is a 2-day event, which is gonna be really, really awesome. You guys can see here, we're having an under the sea. I don't know how big I can get on this, but we're having an under the sea themed welcome party, guys. There's going to be amazing meals served. You have an admission ticket to one of the biggest aquariums in the United States, or it is the biggest one. Farewell dinner, farewell party, awards recognition, and then trainings. And trainings are what's going to change your life, dude. My income literally, I believe it went from $150 a month to about $5,000 a month in the span of about 3 months after my first event. Okay. And so it's going to be super, super powerful. I'm excited to see each and every single one of you there. And now the last thing that we're going to drop on this call. Okay. We are all going to a leadership incentive. Well, not all of us. It's me, Carson, Cade, and Jay Patnode. We're going to a leadership incentive to Tulum, Mexico tomorrow. Okay, so for the next week, we're going to be gone. They have excursions. It's an all-inclusive out in Tulum. There will be more incentives, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to go on them with each and every single one of you on this call. I bet you I'd have a blast with every single one of you, right? Which would be a good time, right? But we're going on this leadership incentive. So what we want to do is we're going to drop a Wi-Fi money incentive, right? We didn't promote this call to all the other group chats. This was just inside the Wi-Fi money group, right? But we want to drop this incentive for each and every single one of you to take advantage of over the next week. It's going to be 7 days long. Okay. So I'm going to show you what it is right here. Okay. So this is the Wi-Fi money incentive. Okay. This is going to be a personal monthly enrollment contest. Okay. So literally when you get someone started as a personal enrollment, they're on the monthly package. That's one. Okay. You're going to need a minimum of 5 personal monthly sales in order to qualify for first, second, or third place. You have 7 days to do this, 5 people to get started. Okay. Now, first place, whoever has the most personal enrollments. Okay. We're going to do a spin the wheel. I'm actually going to see if I can zoom in on this for you guys. Oh, that is way too zoomed in. Okay. There we go. There we go. I'll zoom in so you guys can see this. Okay. So first place is going to be a spin the wheel prize. So if you don't know, we run a social media marketing agency where we can drive leads into your inbox on Instagram every single day. Every single day, we have a software that can drive leads in. It can message people. It's absolutely, it's an overpowered software. I'll tell you that, right? So it's super cool. So you either are going to win 1 month of that if you get first place, or a $150 cash prize bonus, or a paid content shoot day. Okay, a paid content shoot day. Me and Jay will set it up. We're gonna come with a professional camera, or we'll have someone come with it, and we're gonna make sure you bring a few outfits and get amazing headshots for your social media to start building your brand. Your personal brand's everything nowadays. Okay, you'll also get a private one-on-one call with a six-figure earner, right? And also, you're gonna have a speaking segment on the next Super Saturday following this. Okay, you will literally going to be speaking to all the different people that are on the Super Saturday call if you come in first place. Second place is a $75 cash prize bonus. You're also going to get a private social media training call with me. Okay, like I said, I run a social media agency. I'm going to help you remove, edit, and change as much as we possibly can over the course of like an hour or so. Okay. But we're going to go dive deep on your social media, change your bio, make sure you got a call to action, all this stuff. Another private one-on-one call to six-figure earner as well. And third place is a $50 cash prize bonus and a private one-on-one call. Okay. So, like I said, this goes till Tuesday, August 12th at midnight Central Time. Okay. So that's literally a week from today to absolutely crush it and go crazy with this. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that go for the first place, because guess what? Anyone can do it. There was something I said on here, but it was most people underestimate what they are capable of. It was number 5. You have to have an abundant mentality, right? I never liked contests in school and stuff, but when it comes to business and sales, like I wasn't even good at it, but I was like, this is just way cooler because there's incentives involved, there's actual money, there's prizes. So I would go after, man.
Amazing for yourself.
Oh, sorry, I gotta quickly mute
I
some.
look and I like see fucking these two
Uh, that's Carson. Sorry. But there's incentives, there's prizes. So, absolutely put in the effort, guys, over the next week and crush it. The Instagram software is super, super cool. Okay. So I'll post this in the chat so you guys can see it. But the last thing I'll say to you, and then we're going to close it out, is if you guys want to know where me and Jay learned the core information that just completely, developed our network marketing industry, our network marketing education, it's right here. It was this audio. Okay. This is 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. I've listened to this audio about 9 or 10 times now. 9 or 10 times. If you can just do it one time, listen to this audio. Okay. It's about 2 hours long, but here's the caveat. Don't just listen to it and take handwritten notes. Okay. I promise you this audio will change your life. When you first listen to it, it's going to sound cheesy. You're going to be like, what am I listening to? Just hear it out. Trust me. And you're going to learn exactly why we are doing this profession, because it's not that it's the best, it's just better. Okay. So hopefully you guys took a picture of that. If you need to take a picture real quick, write it down. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. I'm telling you, this audio will change your life. I've never met anyone who became a 6 or 7-figure earner that didn't master this audio. Okay. So with that being said,
Thursday night overview.
oh, one sec. Jay, you want to come
Thursday
up?
night overview.
You want to come up here and say that?
Yeah. I'm at
Oh,
the
no,
gym
no, I
now.
got it. I got it. So we're also going to be running a presentation in Tulum. I believe Tippa and some of the other leaders are going to be holding it, but it's going to be Thursday night, I believe at 7 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be Thursday night. We'll post about it in the chats, guys. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the presentation, Tippa or whoever it's going to be. And then at the end, me and Jay are going to come on while we're out there in Tulum, and we're going to share our stories while we're on this trip, right? I remember my first ever call with Jay when we saw Joey Wilson. He was out in Las Vegas in like a penthouse overlooking the city on the call. And me and Jay were 20 years old. Like, it looks amazing. So we're going to post that, guys. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. But I hope you gained some value on today's call. Like I said, it's not about what you can learn and it's not about what you can do. It's about what you can teach. Because what you can teach is duplicatable. And that's what every leader in here needs to be after. Okay. I said this at the event, guys. Everyone got fired up after the Florida event. But I said, don't be the person with a 5-year vision and a 3-week work ethic. It's easy to get excited. It's easy to get motivated, but be the person that has a 5-year work ethic and you'll win. Okay. So have an amazing night, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you on the next call. Peace.